Hello everyone, welcome to Oracle Fusion HCM training by Unogeeks. In this video, we'll see how to create an OTBI detailed report. First of all, OTBI stands for Oracle Transactional Business Intelligence, in case you don't know. It is an alternative to a BI report, and it is building an OTBI report is quite easy when compared to BI report, and you will realize why in the next 30 minutes. Because in the previous few videos, we've seen how to build a BI report and register it as an ESS job, right? The main problem with BI report is you need to build SQL queries yourself. And in case you're new to ERP or HCM cloud, or in case you're a functional consultant, you might not have that required SQL skills. And it is even tedious to identify the tables and the join conditions, right? So you don't have to go through all that tedious process to build an OTBI report, because you have something called as subject areas, dimensions, and attributes in OTBI. And if you have to build an OTBI report, all you need to do is drag and drop the columns, as simple as that. Okay. And in this video, we'll see how to build an OTBI detailed report. And in the next one, we'll see how to build an OTBI summary report. In case you're interested in BI reports, you can go back and watch the previous videos. Okay, let's get started. And what's the use case? We're going to build an employee assignment report as an OTBI detailed report, and we'll print a few of the employee personnel and their assignment details. And what columns do we want to include as part of our report? So we need to include these 7 columns to be specific: employee display name, primary email, person number, manager name, business unit, department, and the location. And let's see how to build this OTBI detailed report. I've logged into the HCM cloud instance, and under tools, you see an option called reports and analytics. Click on it. Browse catalog. And you go to, we've created this Unogeeks folder under custom in the BI reports module. Okay, we can reuse the same folder, but ensure that you place your folder or place your report under custom folder. And the reason is that this custom folder is upgrade proof or patch proof. So in case something, in case Oracle applies some patches or upgrades the instance, Oracle ensures that it doesn't touch this custom folder. So you can be rest assured that your reports will stay. Let's create a new folder in here. Let's call it as OTBI. And in this OTBI folder, let's place our OTBI detailed report. To create an OTBI detailed report, click on the drop down, and under analysis and interactive reporting, you see an option called analysis. A report that you built using OTBI, it is not actually referred as a report. It is called as OTBI analysis. Select that. And when you create an OTBI analysis or a report, the first thing you need to do is pick a subject area. And that brings us to a question, what exactly is subject area? So to make your life easy as a report builder, what Oracle did is it has created many subject areas. It has created SQL queries, and it has exposed those SQL queries as subject areas for you. And you have many subject areas available out of the box. If you look at the first one, this subject area belongs to absence management module, and it contains information about the leave donations. You don't have, you have, it's not that you just have one subject area per module. As you can see here, as I scroll down, you could see many subject areas under benefits, right? So you have many subject areas available under each and every module. And depending on the report use case, you have to pick up the appropriate subject area. And for this report use case, I need to pick up a subject area which contains the employee details, employee personal and assignment details. And to do that, I scroll down and I'll pick up a workforce management. Okay, I'll pick up this subject area, workforce management, worker assignment, real-time metrics. So this subject area contains the worker details as well as their assignment details. And that is what I need for my use case. So I'll pick it up. A blank OTBI report gets created. You will be able to see the subject area. And under the subject area, you've got a sort of a groups which are called as dimensions. So there could be 200 to 300 attributes related to worker and their assignment details, right? So what Oracle could have probably done is it could have thrown in all those 300 attributes into the mix, and it could have very well said, please help yourself. But that would have made our job very tough. But instead, what Oracle did is it has grouped those 200 to 300 attributes into logical subgroups called as dimensions. And that is what you see here. So if you are interested in the business unit related information of the assignment, you can go to business unit. If you're interested in worker details, you can go to worker. If you're interested in a worker position details, you can go to position. So that's a benefit of, that is why you see the dimensions here. So subject area, dimensions, and under dimensions, you have attributes. And going back to the report use case, what are the columns that I need to include in my report? Employee display name, primary email, right? So expand the worker dimension, scroll down, and you will see that you should see a display name in there. Drag and drop it onto the selected columns list. That's one way to add a column, or you can even double click on it. If I delete this, even if I double click on the column, it gets added to the selected columns list. And you can add in other columns as well, such as a primary email and other attributes. So scroll down, and I need to print the person number. Let's just print the person number as well, and the primary email. And apart from these, the primary email and the person number, we have added these three columns, and let's add the assignment details now. So we need manager name. So if I scroll up, you see that under worker, there is a manager subgroup or a dimension. Expand it, and you should see a manager name in there, include it in the selected columns list. Okay, that is taking a bit of time to expand the manager dimension. And let's save the report as well. Let's call it as Unogeeks EMP, or let's call it as worker assignment OTBI analysis. Okay, so it took longer than usual, but I could see the manager name, include that. And what else do we need? We need the business unit, department, and the location. So I scroll up. I see business unit, add it in. And you see department and location, expand department. Let's just wait for a minute for it to expand. Scroll down, you see a department name, attribute, include that. And you also see a location name there, you can include that as well. Or you can probably include location from the location name. Okay, you see a location dimension, expand the location dimension, scroll down, and include the location name from that. Save your report. So we have selected all the columns that we need, and it's quite easy. As you have noticed, all you need to do is pick up the subject, pick up the dimension that might contain your attributes, and then include them to the selected list, selected columns list. And if I want to run this report, all I have to do is click on results, and that will generate the report output. Okay, so one important point to note here is whenever you build an OTBI report and try to execute it, the person with whom you have logged in should have enough privileges to be able to view the data in first place. Okay, so the subject areas will be secured, and only if you have got access to the subject area, or to the data entities, only then you will see the output. So I'll just log out and log in as a different user who has got access to the employee's information, the worker and their assignment information. Okay, let me just pause the video and log in back as a different user. I've logged out as HCM_IMPL user who didn't have access to employees information or workers information, and I've logged in back as HR specialist. And let's open the OTBI report that we have built. And we should be able to see the employee, worker, and assignment details now. So if you go to the criteria tab, we see the columns that we have included as part of our OTBI report. And if you go to results tab, you see the employees information being fetched. And the good news with OTBI is I can export this information in any format I want. Okay, so I can print and export it. You see the print options, printable PDF or HTML, and you also see options to export the data in any format you want. So if you just change this to a printable PDF, you will see a PDF output getting generated. Okay, so you could see a PDF output got generated. And you can, if you want to export all the employees as a PDF document, you just have to select export and pick up output format in which you want to extract the output. Okay, so you see that the output is generated in a PDF format now. So I hope by now you have realized that it's quite easy to build OTBI reports because you don't need to write the queries. Okay, so first up, you don't need to write the queries. You don't need to identify tables, and you don't need to write the queries. All you have to do is pick up a subject area, which might contain the information that you need, and look at the dimensions and pick up the attributes you need for your report. As simple as that. And we can also add in features into this report, into this OTBI report, features such as filter, sort by, and you can also add a prompt. Okay, let's see how to add in those features. So if I go to a results tab, you see the output, and it doesn't seem to be sorted in any particular order, right? So let's try to sort the output by person number. User will be able to sort it by himself. Every column will have an option to sort it by ascending or descending order. But if user needs to do it, he has to do it every time, right? So instead, let's apply the sort at the report level itself, so that the output itself will be generated in a sorted manner, or the output will be sorted by a person number in ascending order. So go to criteria, select person number, sort, ascending order. You should be, and once the sort is added, you will see this condition indicating that yes, the results will be sorted by this column. If you want to sort it by another column, second column, you can add a sort as well. You can add ascending sort. Okay, and this is how you add a sorting on a person number. So you go back to results. You should see the results sorted by person number now. And let's see how to implement filter and the prompt. Say for example, you see results from a different business units here, right? And you scroll to the right, you see the output. You see the employees working in different business units, a US one, and if you scroll down, you see China business unit, you see Algeria. So you see all type of business units, right? So let's say a client has asked you to display or say exclude workers working in a specific business unit. Say, for example, a Japan business unit and Australia business unit. So you should not see employees working in Japan business unit and Australia business unit in this report output. How do you achieve it? You can apply filter criteria. So you can go to criteria tab, go to business unit name, apply a filter, and you can select those business units that you want to include or exclude. So say, for example, you want to include or exclude China and Japan. Select China and search for Japan business unit, add it into the list. You can select multiple business units, and you need to select the appropriate operator here. So if I go with the default one, which is equal to or in, click OK. If I go to results tab, I should see only employees working in China and Japan business units. Right? I see employees only working in China and Japan business unit. What if a use case is slightly different? You should see the employees working in other BUs and not the Japan and China BUs. So it's plain and simple. All you have to do is go to the filter, change the operator from is equal to or is in to is not equal to or is not in. So this will act as an exclude operation. Click OK, go to results tab now. You should be able to see employees working in all other departments apart from US and China BU. Sorry, China and Japan BU. Okay, so this is how you add filters. So even if you scroll down, you won't find the employees working in Japan and China. And whenever we come to the results tab, it's getting executed without any user prompts, right? So it is not asking user to select any values such as a department or a business unit, and it is generating the output. So we don't want to leave the report like that. Instead, we want a report to prompt user to select a department, and the report should pull only the employees working in that department. So to do that, what we have to do is we have to add a prompt. So if I save this report to explain what I'm talking about, let me go back to catalog again. If I open the report, it's just pulling all the employees, right? So it's not prompting user to select any specific department, and it's pulling the employees information. And at the moment, it is pulling all the employees except those who are working in China and a Japan business unit. But we don't want this report to work this way. Instead, it should wait, prompt the user to select the department, and it should pull only the employees working in that department. To do that, we have to add a prompt in our OTBI analysis. Edit the report. Go to prompts. You can select the column on which you want to have the prompt. Column prompt. I want to have prompt on the department name. And I can also select a default values. Say, for example, I want to select Human Resource US Department. Okay. Pick it up, and you can also probably pick up Manufacturing US Department. I'm just selecting a couple of default departments so that we don't need to select a department every time you run the report. Save it. Go back to catalog. Open the report. And this time report will not report will not execute by default. Instead, it will prompt the user to select the department, and you will be able to see the two departments that you have selected as a default. Click OK, and now you will see only the employees working in those two departments. Okay, so if you scroll to the right, you see only the employees working in Human Resource US and the Manufacturing US departments. And not just that, you can this output can be exported in any format you want. Okay, PDF, PowerPoint, Excel, any format you want. And it also includes a CSV as well. That's fine. And you can also move columns around. Say, for example, if you want to make a person number as a first column, so you can drag columns around. Okay, and not just that, you can also make the columns as a table prompt. So here, employees working in two departments are getting printed, right? But you could see that those employees are jumbled, right? So you have few employees from HR first, and then manufacturing, and again HR. So you can move this department name, or you can select the department name and add it as a table prompt if you want. And if you do that, it will let you select the department, and it will print only those employees. You can do that. Or if you don't want, you can put it back in the column. You can also add it as a summary column or as a section. So if you add it as a section, you will see the department getting printed first and the employees working in that department. And you will see the second department and the employees working in the second department. So you have quite a few options like this, which you can explore. Okay. And apart from this, so if you try to export the output in a PDF, you see that the output might look a bit bland. So you don't see a logo. So yes, the employees are looking fine, but I want to see the client logo. Or client might see that he wants to see that logo and a report name and probably a date and a timestamp at which the report output was taken, right? So you can add those options. Okay, to add those options, we need to go back into the report definition, edit the report. Under results tab, you can click on edit. On the title, you can click on edit. And you can add in the title, you can say employee assignment details. And you can uncheck this display save name. And you can select the logo as well. You can pick up a logo that you want to display, or you can even upload a logo if you want. You can select custom images and you will be able to see the images that exist in the instance. You can pick up a logo of your choice, and typically you pick up a client logo here. You can upload it. Because I've just selected a learning logo. And you can also give a subtitle. You can probably say that this report contains employee personal and assignment details. And you can also print a date and a timestamp if you want. And you will get a sort of a preview here. You can click on done. And you see that the report is, the logo is of bigger size. So usually you have to select a logo which is of appropriate size. So let's try to pick a different logo and see. We can probably pick Oracle Cloud. I'm not sure if it is also of the same size. Yeah, this seems slightly better. Click on done. Save the report. And you can go back to catalog now. And if you try to run the report, you will be able to see the logo and the other details. You change the department if you want, but I'll go with the default ones. And you see the report. You see the logo, the report heading, a subtitle, and a date and a timestamp at which this extract was taken. This might come handy in case you want to see, in case at a later point in time, if you want to know when this extract was taken out, this will help us. And you can print it or you can export it. Export as a PDF, and you see the output generated. Okay, and this time we see a header with a logo and other details. Okay, so this is how you can build an OTBI detailed report in, and you might have probably noticed that it's quite easy to build an OTBI report when compared to BIP. But that does not mean OTBI can replace BIP. You have many use cases which you can achieve only with a BIP report. So for example, if you want to generate a detailed PDF output for a purchase order print or AR invoice print, you cannot do it with the help of OTBI. And similarly, if you have to do a bulk extraction of say more than 50,000 records, you will not be able to do it with OTBI. You can do it only with BIP. So there are few use cases which you can achieve only with BIP, and there are few use cases which make sense to build with OTBI. Okay. And in the next video, we'll see how to create an OTBI summary report. So this a summary report it'll be like a report with output displayed in a graphical format, such as a bar chart or a pie chart. In this report, it doesn't make sense to display the output in a graphical format because you've got 10 columns, and it is the report use case itself is a detailed report. Okay, in the next one, we'll see how to build an OTBI summary reports, because we normally build OTBI summary reports and plug them into the dashboards later on. Okay, so let's see you. Let's build a summary report in the next one. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. In case you are interested in Oracle Fusion HCM training offered by Unogeeks, please call us or WhatsApp us on this number, or you can also email us on info@unogeeks.com. Thank you.